Now, Tom, you're an American guy. You live out there, but you got a lot of ties here to Canada. I saw you tweet about a great Canadian we just lost, John Dunsworth from the Trailer Park Boys. You said one of the finest men and most brilliant actors you've ever worked with. Do you want to speak on that? Because you've worked with a ton of great people.
Well, first of all, I have to speak as a Trailer Park Boys super fan, and John played a character that Mr. Leahy that I believe is one of the greatest characters in the history of television, period. And if you're a Trailer Park Boys super fan, I mean, I watched that show through a divorce. I watched it through a lot of tough times, and it was very personal to me because not everybody watched that show where I'm from. And they got me through a lot of stuff. And then to be able to come up here and get to know everybody and beyond the show, and Micah Smith is a friend of mine, Bubbles, and what asked me to come on, and Snoop Dogg, and both of us said, are we going to have a scene with Mr. Leahy? And I remember before we left the States, he's like, I'm working on it. Before we left the States, we checked with Mike and we got a scene with Mr. Leahy, right? Yeah. And he made sure because this man, I know Sarah too, and God bless you, Sarah. And it's his daughter, and he loved his kids. This is a guy, to play that role, as crazy as it was, you had to have such gravitas as an actor to play that. If you see the ups and downs of that character, nobody else could do that. You had to have worked stages and all this stuff, and to see how he was in person and what kind of a kind, gentle man he was. And he was the guy on set that everybody was. He was like the Olivier. Like everybody's like, all the Trailer Park Boys like, oh my gosh. Yeah, John. They had such reverence and respect for this man. And, what a kind man. And to play such a drunk so well and not be a drunk, and I'm talking as a drunk. He's a brilliant actor and just a genuinely kind man whose greatest joy in life was being a father. And I just such a great Canadian. It's everything good about Canada is this guy, and he was as good of an actor as there was anywhere in the world. And God bless him, and I'm going to miss him.
I don't know if anybody's made you a token Canadian yet, but I feel like we should.
Oh, I'd be honored.
Not only